Welcome to my channel for doing some yoga today. It's Lori Brothers. Happy that I'm here with you. I have this stone in my yoga room. If you can see, it says hope. And I want to talk a little bit about how meeting yourself, which is what yoga really is. When you take the time, it doesn't even have to be on your mat. Yoga practice actually helps you to meet yourself when you're not on the mat. So, by doing the yoga, stretching, and going deeper into helping your body breathe in length and in opening, you provide yourself with a conversation in the moment that is more intimate with all of those things that come up in the process of being a human. So, in our current climate with things going on, whether in your life, if you're having pain, anxiety, or any kind of health challenge, then when you take the time to care for yourself, to put some attention on feeling better, and when you're working through a health issue, that may be really challenging. But any amount of self care that you present within your own best interest is going to create the wonderful dynamic of you meeting yourself. And that's really ultimately what yoga is. So, in any moment, you could be out running errands or in a family dynamic, just silently sitting, watching the beautiful sunshine, and you meet yourself in a much more a way that has depth, a way that has personal connection when you take the time to have a regular self-care practice. So hope is breeded out of that sense that you can make a difference. Making a difference in your own well-being is then making a difference in the larger world. So, with that said, we're going to start our yoga practice today, meeting ourselves, and we're going to start standing. So, come to your mat. All right, so we're on the mat today, and we're going to start with something called body scanning. So, when you're doing some body scanning, you need to, be grounded in the body. So, feet about hip width apart, pointing forward. Remember that basic standing pose, mountain pose, is tucking the tailbone and lifting the heart. So let's just do that for a moment. We're going to just tuck the tailbone under a bit, which activates the thighs. Lift up the heart, which brings length into your posture. Relax the shoulders. Good. Basic mountain pose. We could bring the palms to face out. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. So first, we're just creating this active conversation of opening up the front and lengthening and working the back of the body, lengthening the spine. Now that we've kind of grounded ourselves, we're going to relax. So just stand in your normal stance. And what we're going to do is just move with our attention through the body. And we're just going to start at the feet and work up in just a few moments of inward observing. So, with the feet pointing forward, relax into your stance. You can close the eyes. And the intention is to just feel what's happening in the feet. And as you move through the body at your own pace, you're going to work through the ankles, the shins and calves, the knees. And along the way, without judgment, just notice what stands out. Moving into the upper legs and the hips. Just feeling what is present in anywhere along that, observing the belly and the chest. Notice the breath. Coming into the shoulders, the arms, Just feeling and observing the hands, the neck, and the head, as if you have eyes on the inside of the skull. Look and feel the head, and then we're just going to look at the back of the body. So look by what you feel. Sense the back of the body. Move into the front of the body now, feeling the whole front of the body. And then come back into feeling the whole body, from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. Good. And then we're going to bring hands to the heart. So right hand comes to the chest and then the left hand on top. And just with the eyes still closed, we're doing our centering standing today. So just now bring your attention into the chest, into that heart center. And take 3 nice long breaths. Just centering yourself into this place where love and wisdom and your own care live. And recall your intentions for why you're here today. What is it that you're bringing to yourself that you value? And today we plant a seed of hope, hope for improved sense of well-being and an improved wisdom, how we consciously live within all of our bodies, emotional, mental, physical, and our energetic bodies. And then just bring the arms back down to your sides, and for one more moment, stay inward and just notice what is most significant. Is it the strength of standing on your legs, or the openness in the heart, or perhaps the flow of the breath, whatever you are noticing now? Good. And then just gently open the eyes, coming back to the external where we begin some movement. Okay. So let's take the feet a little wider apart. And we're going to just start with some gentle empty coat sleeves. Look behind you as you move. The arms just flowing out, away from the body. Good. And then come back to the center. All right. So we're going to do some shoulder shrugs with cleansing breaths. Let's just start to warm up the shoulders. Inhale, shoulders up toward the ears, and relax. Inhale up, then out through the mouth. One more inhale, and let it all out. And then just shake out the arms. Get the hands, get the arms moving, and then add the shoulders, and then bounce with it, shaking the bones. Just keep it moving, keep it bouncing. Breathe. And then relax. Feel the energy. We're creating blood flow. We're creating softening and enlivening for the body that we're about to move into even deeper. Okay. All right. So let's bring feet a little closer together. We're going to warm up the joints. So bend the knees, circles. Good. Thanking those joints with bringing in some good fluid. Let's go back the other way. Circles. Great. Come to standing. Feet a little wider. Circles. Draw circles with your tailbone, and that's how we get into the hips. Good. And let's go back the other direction. Nice. And then we're going to fold at the waist and make circles with the upper body. And reverse. Great. And back to the center. And then drop the chin to the chest. And then lift the chin up toward the ceiling. Just open the throat. Don't drop the head back. Just a nice length in the neck. Wrap the lower lip around the upper lip. Back to the center. Circles with the nose. Nice, wide, slow circles. And then go back the other way, warming up the neck. Good. And then back to the center. And we're going to go into a nice little warm up for length in the back of the body now. So feet about hip width apart, palms in front of the heart. We're going to inhale, reach up and create length. Look up at your thumbs as you stretch. And then exhale, dive forward. Bring your hands to the backs of the legs, look into the knees. Now hands to the shins, look out in front of you. Get that nice swimmer stretch. Feel those hamstrings lengthening out. Look back into the knees. Arms in a T, lift all the way up and stretch. Look up to the thumbs and circle back around to close. We're getting those shoulders warmed up as well here with that movement. Let's do another round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Good. Look into the knees. Now look out in front of you, hands on the shins. Look back into the knees. Lift into the T position with the arms and reach all the way up now. Lengthen out and close. Final round. So we're going to do one more. Let's inhale it up, stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, look out in front of you. Exhale, look into the floor. Or toward the knees. Get that nice length in the neck. Arms in a T, and then lift all the way up and stretch. And bring palms right in toward the heart to close that little exercise, that wonderful lengthening flow. Good. All right. I hope that's waking up those hamstrings and the back so we get some nice length. Great. All right. So let's take the feet a little wider. And we're going to keep the toes pointing forward at first. We're going to do a variation of a twisting triangle. Once again, a little more warming, arms in a T. Bring that left hand to the right knee, shin, or ankle. So wherever your edge is, we're going to reach down and look out to the right. Breathe. Come back to the T position. Look over to the other side as you bring that right hand to the left knee, shin, or ankle. Long, deep breaths. Back to the T. We're going to do one more each side. Left hand to right knee, shin, or ankle. Look out to the right. And back to the center. Keep that breath flowing. And one more round to the other side. Right hand to left knee, shin, or ankle. Breathe. Good. Back to the center. All right. So let's work into the bird flying just for a little more warm up. We're going to go into another flow series using triangle and warrior. But first, we want to make sure that we have that fluidity in the body that helps support moving into deepening stretch. So let's take that right heel out and lift the toes, rock onto the toes, and lift them back up. It's a little rocking motion. Lift the toes, bring them down to the floor. Good. Now, as you bring the toes down, bring your palms toward each other, and as you lift the toes, open the arms. So we're going to move forward and open and lift the toes, and exhale and inhale. Good. Just working that nice flow of movement in the body. Good. Let's do one more. So we're going to exhale, then inhale, open the heart, and close. I hope that's feeling good to feel that flowing movement in the body. Let's do the other side. Left heel comes to the floor, right toes or left toes are lifted. We're going to rock onto the toes and lift them up. Rock on and then lift. Now palms together and inhale and exhale. Open the heart. Good. We flow and we breathe. Exhale here. Inhale and exhale and inhale. Good. Let's do one more. Open and close. Wonderful. Waking up the energy body, waking up the physical body into fluid movement so that we can go deeper now into our yoga stretching. So let's take a wide stance. Good. We're going to take the right toes all the way to right foot all the way to the right, and the left foot also turns to the right, about a 45-degree angle. As much as you can, bring those hips back to face me. So if you are a little tight in the hip girdle, you might have a little torque to the right. Try to bring that back to the front as much as you can, but don't force. Okay? Arms in a T. The wider your feet, the more stretch you're going to get in the lower body. But find a comfortable stretch. Kick out that left hip. Reach over to the right. And paddle. Right hand down. Left arm up. You can be at the knee. You can be at the shin. The ankle. But remember that you want to lift the right rib cage away from the floor. The ear and shoulder and leg are all in alignment. So this is really about finding integrity in your triangle. If you're here and you're lined up, you're getting the most out of your yoga conversation here in triangle. Good. So you're just working, breathe into that opening that we're creating here. Now you can keep that head looking straight ahead, or you can turn to look up at the hand in the air with the hip, but don't strain the neck. So find what works in a beautiful conversation. Good. And then what we're going to do is just press into the feet and come back up to standing and just let everything kind of assimilate. Receive that conversation that is still bringing blood flow, patterns of length, and openness into your body. And we'll do a second round. So that was our warm-up. Let's kick out the left hip, reach over to the right. So you're setting the hip girdle into a nice stretch. And you're also lengthening out instead of collapsing so that you just paddle your arms to wherever they naturally come. And then press into that back heel. Good. Now we're going to take the hand in the air, tuck it behind you. Rotate the ribs up toward the ceiling and look up toward the ceiling. Once again, if the neck doesn't like it, you can stay with head looking straight ahead. But we're dropping that left shoulder blade back and down. So you're opening up the ribs, the torso. Now keep that rotation if you can. Take the arm back up unless your shoulder prefers to have that tuck in the left arm. Breathe. Press into your feet and move back into standing. Good. Now let's bend that right knee. Stack it right on top of the ankle. Anchor into that back heel. Reach out through the fingertips and let the reach hold the arms up. Relax the shoulders. So that energetic lengthening through the fingertips is going to help you have that nice warrior conversation in the arms, in the shoulders. Long deep breaths as you look out at your bullseye over those right fingers. Now, take that left arm down the left leg and the right arm up. Good. We're coming into our dancing warrior. Turn the palm backwards and arch. Feel the wonderful conversation. You're creating a little crunch in the torso here. Now, back to the warrior. Lift the heart. Pull those abs in a bit so the warrior is strong. I am the warrior, creating the strength to meet my goals. Lower the arm. Let's turn. Anchor into that back heel. Sink down into that wonderful warrior stance. Take the arms out or up. Wherever your edge is, we're going to celebrate the victory of meeting life's challenges with success. Everything that we meet in ourselves brings us to hope for the well-being that we are creating. Lower the arms, hands on the low back. Now we straighten the front leg, come halfway into teepee pose. And you can stay right there, or you can hang deeper over that leg. Stay anchored in the back heel, the legs are straight, breathe. And press into your feet, come back up to standing. We're going to bend that right knee one more time. Keep the right hand on your low back. The left arm comes up and we place it on that bent right leg. And you're looking over the right shoulder. You're creating a nice warrior twist. This is the humble warrior. It's a symbol of surrendering the fight. Giving it over to the higher power. I will to will thy will. Unwind back to the center. Keep that breath moving. Breathe with it. Feel how important it is to meet yourself in the body. This is a powerful meeting place. You meet yourself in the body. Okay, let's bring feet closer together. We're going to thank the joints before we go into the other side. So just some nice circles with the knees. And go back the other way. Good. Come up to standing. Take your feet a little wider. Good. You're finding that stance that is best to support you. Turn the left foot all the way to the left, and the right foot turns to the left as well. Good. Hips back toward the front. Arms in T. We kick out the right hip. Reach toward the left. Get that nice stretch that lengthens you before you take the arms over into wherever your edge is. So if it's the knee, that's fine. As you go deeper, make sure that you lift that left rib cage away from the floor to extend the length of the spine, not collapse it. Okay? Long, slow, deep breaths. You can look up with the hand in the air, or you can look straight ahead. Stay anchored in that right heel. So you want to make sure that you are using focus points to help you stay in integrity as you breathe in this pose. Now press into your feet, come back up to standing. Good. The breath is helping to integrate and to have the presence in the body so the body feels safe enough to stay with you. To not tighten up, but to lengthen out. right? Second round. You got that right hip. Reach over to the left. Paddle straight over. Anchor into the back heel. Reach through the fingers in the air. Good. Take the hand in the air, tuck it behind you. Rotate the ribs up, tuck that right shoulder blade back. The shoulder rolls back a bit so that you're opening the chest, the ribs, the torso. Breathe. Good. And keeping that nice rotation if you can. Take the arm back up. And you can look at the hand or straight ahead. So you're just working to breathe and maintain integrity. And that means that you are challenging that edge, but remembering not to let gravity come in and collapse you. Stay in that pose. And then as you're ready, move out. Good work. Keep that breath flowing. And then we're going to bend the left knee, anchor into that right heel, nice straight, strong leg, arms in a T, look out over the left fingertips. I am the warrior, creating the strength and stamina to meet my goals. Dip back, dancing warrior. Turn the palm, arching warrior. Breathe. Back to the warrior pose. Good. The arms are reaching away from each other. That's helping you maintain energetically a strong warrior. Lower the arms now. We're going to turn to the left, connect back into the lower body. Take those arms out or up, wherever your edge is. The back heel is planted, lift the heart. Celebrate the victory of meeting life's challenges with success. Long deep breath. Lower the arms, hands on the lower back, straighten the front leg. That back heel is an anchor, so stay anchored and move into your teepee pose. Wherever your edge is, you're getting that opening, you're getting that stretch, and we are strengthening the legs. Lift back up to standing, bend that left knee one more time. Now the left hand stays on your lower back. Bring the right arm around and rest it on the left leg and look over the left shoulder. Deep, slow breaths now. I will to will thy will. We're in our surrendered warrior pose. And unwind. Good. Long, slow breaths. Just keep receiving those good patterns that are having the conversation even now in the body. So when you open and lengthen, that conversation continues to integrate into all of those muscles, the tissues, and even into our mindset, right? Into our emotions. More open, creating more space. All right, so let's come into standing, feet closer together, and do one last set of circles. And then go back the other direction. Okay. So we're going to do our pencil today. We're going to take that right arm along the right ear, bring the left toes to the floor, lift the heart. That left hand can just rest on the thigh or at your side, whatever feels better. Now you can stay right there if you're newer at this and you're building strength in the right leg and the joints. This with just your left toes on the floor, you're working the whole right side of your body. If the arm doesn't go up over the head, and you can take the arm out in front of you. Okay, so either variation, and we're going to lift the toes if you feel planted to come into a full balance and hold. Find a point to gaze at. So you're working at strengthening and balancing and creating core. Good. When you lower, bring that arm back to your side and step that left foot on the floor and feel two legs working together. Feel how that right leg relaxes with the support of the left. That patterns the hard drive of the brain to know a strong foundation. Two legs working together. Great. Let's do the other side. Bring those right toes to the floor. Bring your left arm along the left ear or shoulder height if that's better for you. Good. Lift the heart. Now, you can stay right there because you're really patterning a deeper planting down into that left foot, lengthening up out through the left fingers. And if you want, you can add lifting those toes, the right toes off the floor. Remember, look at a point in front of you to help you remain focused. Breathe. Lower down. Feel two legs. Feel how that left leg relaxes when the right leg companions. They work together to create the strong foundation. Good. So let's take feet a little wider apart. We're going to do our breath of joy. So it's 3 sniffs in through the nose, 1 long breath out through the mouth. Let's just do the breathing one round. Breathe in 3 times. Out through the mouth. We're going to add arms for aerobics. Getting that oxygen moving. Ready? Breathe in, and ha. In, ha. 2 more. In, and out. Last one. Breathe in, breathe, ha. Good. Now notice the natural invigoration of breath. We've supercharged the body, we've enlivened the breath, and it's continuing to bring in life force along with oxygen. All right, so we're going to move onto the floor, onto your belly. So let's come down onto the floor, resting on the belly. Good. Let's bring the forearms to cross. Just rest your forehead. Shake your feet side to side a little bit so that we're releasing the hips, the low back. And relax. Remember hands under the shoulders, pointing the fingers forward, elbows tucked in toward the ribs, tops of the feet pressed down. Lift forehead, nose, chin, and chest. Make it a lift and not a press. So you just want to go to your edge. Don't jam the back right away. We're still working into creating that nice flex in the body, strength in the back. And when you lower, just mindful return, tucking the chin, the nose, the forehead. Completely soften and rest a moment. We're really talking to the kidneys and adrenals here. We're creating a squeeze in those organs and glands, which is purifying them. Let's bring the forehead back to the floor and lift forehead, nose, chin, and chest. Good. Anchor down into the hips, into the pubic bone. Press the collarbone forward, reach through the top of Keep a steady breath. Let's look to the right, back to the center, look to the left, and back to the center. Tucking the chin, nose, and forehead. So a slow path back down to release. Feel the buttocks, legs, and back relax completely. Now just receive. We are loving the kidneys, loving the adrenals. This is how we recover from our daily activities. And we're going to do a third round. Hands under the shoulders, elbows tucked in, tops of the feet pressing down. Lift forehead, nose, chin, and chest. Press down into the hips, lift the top of the head, press the collarbone forward. So we're accentuating that work in flexing the spine. Breathe. And lower with control. Tucking the chin, the nose, the forehead. And completely feel the softening of the whole back of the body. Press back toward the heels now. So you're going to come through the table and round you back. Just sit back toward the heels in child's pose. And as you do that, your arms can be at your sides or extended out in front of you. And lift back up to sitting, bringing the head back up to the top of the body. And then come up to sitting. Good. All right, so let's take the right foot over the left leg. Unless you prefer to keep that foot right next to the left leg, you're going to cross it over, creating a little more opening in the thigh and hip. Anchor with the left hand, reach out with the right. Wind up to the right. We're coming into our sitting twist. Bring that right hand down onto the floor and keep looking over the right shoulder. Long, slow, deep breath. Now we're creating a little pressure into that right kidney again, but we're also massaging the liver and the gallbladder here on the right. Long, slow, deep breaths. Creating that beautiful massage while we work the nerve endings along the spine. Good, long, deep breath. Lifting that hand, line to the center. And once you come to the center, you're going to go past the center and rotate to the left, looking over the left shoulder, completely unwinding the spine. Back to the center. We're going to keep that leg crossed over and just rest your right foot and ankle on the floor, creating like a number 4 here between that top leg and the straight bottom left leg. If that doesn't work for your joints, you can bring the foot to the inner opposite leg. I'm going to go into a forward bend. Pull the toes back towards you, sit tall, and find your edge. Now, if you feel a stretch and just a slight lean, then you're going to stay right there. Now, deeply breathe with it. Just relax the shoulders and relax anywhere you can to instigate the rest of the body that's in that deeper edge to also let go. Find that place where you come into a comfortable conversation and breathe. 3 or 4 more breaths. And really just diving into observing the edge. Remember, we scanned the body at the beginning of our work today. You want to just observe, feel, get resistance, feel those places that are tighter. That's where the hope comes in. So when you can breathe into the tight places, when you can breathe into those hard challenges and soften into them, nurturance comes up. And that is where hope is born. Now, a gentle release. Just roll back up. Take some breaths into softening now. You're out of that edge and just breathe into the freedom that you created. There's more length, there's more flow, there's more openness. Let's go into another variation of twist now. So take that right forearm all the way down onto the floor. Hold on to the bent knee with the left hand and rotate up to the left with the head and the rib cage. So you're making that nice twist again here in a reclining position. Breathe. And gently come back up to the center. Come to sitting and then take a deep return to the left. Just going to rotate. Lift the heart. Back to the center. Let's do the other side. Crossing that left leg over the right, or the left foot is in the inner right thigh. Well, that'll be for the next stretch. Let's just try to do here or here. Okay? And reach out, wind up. Follow your fingertips with your eyes to get the head and neck involved. And bring that left hand to the floor, looking over the left shoulder, long, slow, deep breaths. Massaging liver or spleen, pancreas, digestive system. So we're getting into those organs now on the left with nice deep breathing for massage, releasing and purifying the organs. And then lifting that hand, wind back to the center. And then go beyond the center, turn to the right. Look over the right shoulder, unwinding the spine. Good. Come back to the center. Rest that left foot and ankle on the floor. Or that's when you can put your foot to the inner opposite thigh, if that's better for you. Pull those right toes towards you and sit tall. And find an edge, even if you just micro movement into a little forward fold. If you're feeling stretch, breathe with it. Remember the body scan. So you're feeling, and that's how you observe. You observe by what you feel. And you just breathe with whatever is coming up there. This tighter edge of the hamstrings is always that deeper challenge. But hamstring work actually strengthens the nervous system, the part of the nervous system that is in fight or flight, so that you are able to be more stress hardened. You breathe with those hamstrings and you're more able to handle it, whatever it is, right? You breathe into it, soften, relax. Just don't worry about going anywhere. And you breathe with the resistance that's here in that deeper stretch. And gently release. Roll back up. Good. We're going to take that left arm, come all the way down onto the left arm, and rotate up to the right with the head and the rib cage, and breathe. Long, slow, deep breaths. Back up to sitting. Take that deep return to the right. Lift the heart. And back to the center. Breathe. Take two legs out. Shake out the legs. Good. And we're just going to go into about 3 minutes of legs on the chair. So if you have your prop or you want to do legs on the wall, then prepare for that. We're just going to do a very short bit of giving the body the conversation to integrate all of the good work we did and to relax. So come next to your chair or go next to the wall with your hip, and then you take the legs up as you lay back onto the floor. Arms at the sides away from the body. Now scan here again. You can start from the feet or from the head. Do an internal viewing of what you're feeling. Your attention and your feeling state are your eyes. What do you notice? Staying present and very relaxed. Notice how the breath is refined. And then when you're ready, just draw knees in toward the chest. You're going to release legs and bring knees in to around the back. Transition. Nurturing yourself. Back up to head at the top of the body. Good. So let's come to sitting on your mat. And sit however you're comfortable. And we're going to bring left palm up and right palm down. Intending to receive the benefits of your work And just breathe inward for just another moment. Notice the heart space. Notice that inner space, this place where you meet yourself. Feel more at home. You feel centered. This is where we connect to hope, wisdom, peace, love, harmony. It resides in this inner space where we meet ourselves. Receiving now the benefits of your work, plugging them into your own well-being. And bringing palms together now in front of the heart in prayer pose, honoring the peace and calm, harmony, strength, and wisdom within you. May the merit of this practice benefit your own well-being and the well-being of those around you. Peace, peace, and only peace. And gently open your eyes. Namaste. Okay, it's been wonderful being with you again for another yoga meeting. And I know that in self care comes that generation of hope. And it's hope for ourselves, hope for our families, our communities, and the world. Take care.